I had planned to record a very different review. I was going to record a review for the new Poirot film, Haunting in Venice, but then I found out that one of my favourite actors of all time, Carl Weathers, unfortunately passed away. And I got sad and I thought, fuck it, I'm doing Predator. I know. I usually only cover movies that I haven't seen, but this one's for my boy Carl Weathers. Dylan, Chubbs, Apollo, Combat Carl. The man was a treasure of cinema, and I know there are a bunch of people out there who are going to miss him like I will. So we're doing Predator. Now, as I stated before, I've seen this movie. My brother and I have watched this movie so many times that we could do the whole thing from start to finish. It is endlessly quotable, and for my money, it is tied with Aliens as the greatest action horror ever made. Yes, it's a horror. An entity stalks and kills a group of people one by one. That's a slasher, homie. And you know what that means? That means that Arnie is my favourite final girl. Yeah, I said it. Not only that, but now that 20th Century Fox has been bought out by Disney, it also means that Arnie is my favourite Disney prince. So, you and your noodle biceps can take a fucking hike, Prince Eric. Cause I don't care about your passion for the high seas. What can you fucking bench? It's not as much as Arnie. This is the movie that gave us Get to the Chopper, If It Bleeds We Can Kill It, and the greatest cinematic bromant of all time.
Dylan! You son of a bitch. What's the matter? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils? Huh?
Look at that. That clip right there will cure anything that ails you. Are you struggling to push out that last set? Hang on, I've got something for you.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
Do your kids want to play and you're not sure if you have the energy to pull it off? Don't worry, here you go.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
Are you feeling a bit run down? Do you have a bit of a runny nose? Do you feel like you've got a cold coming on? I've got just the fix.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
This movie is a celebration of bro. I don't mean that in a gendered way. Being a bro has fuck all to do with gender. It's to do with mindset. Does the sound of a minigun barrel spinning make you want to thump your chest? Bro. Does spotting a sneaky forearm vein on a stranger in public fire you up in a way you can't explain? Bro. Do you sometimes want to grab 7 of your buddies, head into the South American jungle and do combat with the deadliest hunter the universe has ever known, out-muscled, outgunned, and with nothing to aid you but the power of friendship and the heat-conducting properties of mud? Bro, I got news for you, bro. You're my bro. This movie is one of the greatest of all times, and if you haven't seen it, chuck it on right now and just bask as you feel your body respec in real life. You can literally feel your intelligence points getting reallocated to your strength score, scene by scene as this movie goes on. And don't you dare let anyone tell you that that can't be a beautiful thing, because this movie is pure fucking joy.
You're a rescue team, not assassins. Now, what do we gotta do?
It hunts for sport.
It's killing us one at a time.
We're all gonna die. But this time, it's picked the wrong man to hunt.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Century Fox presents Arnold Schwarzenegger. Predator.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I somehow black out and get on a plane from Australia to the Everglades? Because all I see are fucking pythons. Look at the arms on these motherfuckers. I heard Carl Weathers got so big for this movie that every time he stood up, he actually pushed the Earth a centimeter in the opposite direction. How fucking good is that trailer? Like, and by the way, sorry I'm a bit sweaty. I had to do push-ups the entire time that trailer was on, as is tradition. This movie is a celebration of the male physique in the best way. Like, it doesn't get better than this way. It's got none of that stupid misogynistic Andrew Tate fucking bullshit. It's none of that. This is fucking meathead friends protecting the Earth from a deadly killer alien. I heard they actually spent 10% of the budget of this film on bubble wrap so that the makeup artists on set didn't cut themselves on the actors' jawlines. Look at them. Look at the men in this movie. Like, and just to let you know how much of a badass the Predator is, when it rocks up, it just starts cutting through them like they're made of paper. That works so well for horror films. In horror films, usually, you've got, like, people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. No. These are, like, the hardest motherfuckers on the planet, and they're getting torn to shreds. There's a reason the Predator is so iconic. Like, the costume design is brilliant, and if you, like, Google the original Predator design that they were going for, because it was fucking terrible, and I'm so glad they didn't do that, because that would have made for a much different movie. The sound design of this movie is like 20 out of 10. The Predator clicks, which I actually believe is like a Torresian crow, which we get here in Australia, because I hear it all the time. The bomb countdown, the vroom, vroom, vroom of the heat vision changes, the Predator's weird, like, deep, warped speech pattern. It's all fucking god tier. Every character in this movie has a personality, and that makes every single death in this movie memorable. You will pick a favorite when watching this movie. You can't not. It's like the Ninja Turtles or dinosaurs. Everyone will have a favorite. And, like, obviously Arnie as Dutch steals the show. He's the main dude, smoking cigars, fucking just being the fucking man. But having Carl Weathers Dylan play the government man that's not intimidated by Dutch at all is such a great choice, because you believe it. You believe it. They set it up with the handshake in this. Like, you're like, oh, fuck, this guy doesn't give a fuck. He's not that scared. He's not scared of Dutch at all, like everyone else should be. And Dylan's story arc in this is one of my favorite parts of the movie. You don't just cheer for Arnie, you cheer for the team. This movie puts you on team people. Something that also jumped out at me in the rewatch was that even though this was made in the 80s, it's so much more diverse than most mainstream movies that came out around the time. Like, I'm not saying it should be held up as a bastion of social justice or any of that shit, but I've done some rewatches of 80s action films recently, and there's a fuck ton of whiteys, even though it doesn't make sense. Like, they'll be like, oh, here's my friend Pablo, and you're like, it doesn't look like Pablo. That looks like fucking Barry, dude. Why is Barry a South American cartel member? Like, Predator doesn't fall for that shit, and it was a resounding success, so that's fucking cool. This movie is also the basis of so much of the Predator lore that we still adhere to today, and the last 30 minutes of this film, where Arnie goes toe-to-toe with the Predator, is just action movie magic. Casting Arnie in his prime was such a great move by John McTiernan, because when you look at Arnie, you think, oh, he's a god, he can't be beaten. He's fucking barely human in this. That's how good he looks. And the Predator doesn't give a fuck about his one rep max. It just picks him up and ragdolls him like he didn't just walk off a Mr. Olympia stage. If you ask me what my favorite scene in Predator was, I would probably say somewhere from the 1 minute mark to the 107 minute mark. That's my favorite. It's all my favorite. It's all killer, no filler. So, thank you, Carl Weathers, you magnificent bastard. I'll miss ya. Jake, who is this for? I recommend watching this if you're a human and you are watching and reading this review. You love muscles. Who doesn't love muscles? You love quotable movies. I use a Predator quote on the daily. There are so many quotable lines in this movie. It's so good. I ain't got time to bleed. You picked the six of us up and chucked us in a meat grinder. It goes on and on. You could quote this movie forever. You need a testosterone boost. This is testosterone in film form. It is so fucking fun. It'll give you an energy boost. It's such a fun movie. Highly recommend. I don't recommend watching this if you hate fun, alien, or muscles. Who are you, first of all? Second of all, this movie's like therapy. Even if it's not like your thing, it's good for you. This is a good movie. Watch this fucking movie. If you have seen this movie, let me know in the comments what your favourite part or character is. It's just a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece of an action film. If you're looking for movies like this, hit up Aliens if you somehow haven't seen it. Prey, which is the new version of Predator set in Native America, amazing. Or Starship Troopers. They all sort of had the same vibe, even though Starship Troopers is a bit more parody. But they do all hold up, even though if they are far less muscled. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next week for another review. Peace.